Senior Judicial Analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. So Judge Hillary finally showed up. She played her cards really close to her chest, didn't say too much. And when she didn't know the answer, she said, well, you can basically ask my husband tomorrow, which they will probably do today. What did you make of everything she had to say? It was 6 hours she was being questioned.
She surprised me because the last time we scrutinized one of her testimonies under oath was the famous pink dress interview where she said hundreds of times, I don't recall, I don't recall, I don't recall. And then there's the Benghazi interview where her answers were disastrous for her politically. Here, she answered every question. And some of them, she said, surprisingly, ask my husband, ask my husband, ask my husband, which of course they'll have an opportunity to do today. There was that kerfuffle involving the photograph. Apparently, Congresswoman Boebert took an unflattering picture of Mrs. Clinton and sent it to somebody who posted it, and it caused a disturbance. You know, examining a witness is almost a matter of momentum. And if the witness can do anything to break that momentum, it frustrates the examiner. So by her throwing up her hands and saying, why is this picture of me out there? It stopped the whole proceeding for half an hour, and then they went back to it. Listen, I'm not a fan of hers, but my hat is off to her. She answered everything. She didn't obfuscate. Apparently, that's the case. We haven't seen the transcript yet.
Right.
I think her deferring to Bill, ask Bill, ask Bill, ask Bill, was brilliant. Because I think it avoids a trap being set by Republicans to trap her into saying something where Bill provides a different answer.
Correct.
What did you think?
I agree with you entirely. Look, they're husband and wife. They've obviously conferred about what they're going to say, and those conferences that they have with each other, they cannot be compelled to reveal them. Did you talk to your wife about this? They can ask that, and he can say, I have a privilege to talk to my wife. I'm not going to tell you what I said to my wife, and that's a perfectly lawful answer on the part of the former president. Big picture, this is the first time in American history that a former president of the United States has been compelled to testify under oath about his personal, intimate behavior.
Yeah.
In the premises of a known sexual predator.
To Congress, because he testified many times about his own issues, even when he was president.
Correct, because of his own behavior. So I don't know where this is going to go. The Republicans are going to try and establish a timeline. We talked about this during the break. You know, when you were there, you must have known what was going on there, because look at the dates. Look at the events for which he was indicted. You were 10 minutes or 10 feet away from him. How could you not have known this? Why did you go back there?
So what ultimately can come from these depositions?
Embarrassment. It's too late to prosecute anybody for anything. We've talked about that. The statute of limitations is 5 years. Epstein's been dead for more than 5 years. Unless someone makes a material misrepresentation under oath, otherwise known as perjury, the clock would start ticking from the moment they make this statement. Otherwise, it's too little too late.
Real quick, want to go to a different direction here. Deposed Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro. His lawyers claim the Trump administration is blocking Venezuela from paying for his legal bills. They say it's a violation of his Sixth Amendment right to counsel. What do you think of it? It's an interesting argument.
The argument, I saw the letter that the government wrote to the judge. And they're saying it's a question of foreign policy, and the president has decided that this government cannot pay the bills of anybody in the United States. The flip side of this is what most judges would rule. I have ruled this way. It's none of the government's business who's paying the defendant's bills. It's just none of his business. If the defendant has an income stream out there which allows him to hire the best counsel he can get, that's between him and his
Even if
income
it's illegally
stream.
gained? The proceeds?
Yes, even if it's illegally gained, that's a separate issue for the prosecutors to prosecute after the trial.
Class is in session.
The bills have been paid.
All right.
Listen, he has a great criminal defense lawyer. I can't wait for this trial. But if that guy's bills are not paid, the lawyer's not going to show up.
Yeah,
there you
good
go.
point.
All right. Thanks, Judge.
Thanks,
Have a great
Judge.
Guys, have a nice weekend.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.